Tell myself that was a small one. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a really good one. Oh, come on, get in the boat. Get in the boat. That's a big. Here, go in the back. Nice, dude, thank you. Not as big as I thought, but hey, it might be a 4. Boom, first one in the morning, let's go. Yeah, it's best thing to do. Oh yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. That might be a freaking walleye. I don't know. If it's small, it's a real good one. See if I can see him on the scope. I think this is a big walleye. Maybe even a pike. If it's a small, it's like an 8-pounder.
You want it in your net if it's a pike?
I don't care, yeah, it doesn't bother me. It's got the head shakes like a bass, so it's weird. Oh, he's getting up in the weeds. I can feel him in there. Yeah, it looks long on the scope, so I'm going to assume. But he's running up now. Oh, that's a big smallie. Big smallie. Come on. Giant. Right in the net, buddy. Right in the net. Get in the freaking net. Oh. Yep. Nice, dude. Thank you. Another 4. Oh, that might even, he's chunky. I don't know. £3-pounder, but he's fighting like a fucking 5. Nice, thank you. 2-pounder. Nice. Yep. Yep. That's a big one. Oh no, 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 no. Okay. That's a big one. Yeah, right here. Well, maybe it's not that big. That's the start. Thank you. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that might be a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come in the boat, big buddy. It's gonna take you for a ride. Wait, it's not even that good. It felt a lot bigger. Awesome, thank you. Yeah, that's a problem. Light line, light rod in the current. Well, that's a limit. Not a good one, but it's a limit. What's going on, everybody? So Q2, Q3 of the New York Bass Federation is over. The Federation tournaments for this year is over. So, as you guys know, I spent one day pre-fishing on the river, one day pre-fishing on the lake. Had a great time on the lake, found some good areas, caught some great fish. I love fishing out there. But it was a 75-mile run to where I wanted to fish. That's a very expensive gas bill every day in the boat, and that's 3 to 4 hours of traveling each day. It's a lot of time out of your day to catch some fish. So I made the decision Saturday morning as we were blasting off, I was going to stick in the river. And it wasn't a terrible decision. I trusted my gut. I had a gut feeling that I should stay in the river. And that's what I did. My first spot was about a mile from the ramp, so I headed there and just started banging out spots throughout the day. I drew my first ever co-angler on Saturday, a kid by the name of Owen. He was a great kid to have on the boat. He hammered them. He can catch fish, great fisherman. We had a blast fishing together. It was a good time. And day 2, I drew a guy by the name of Curtis. Another awesome guy to have in the boat. I learned a little bit of fishing from both of them. That's a great thing about doing this boater, non-boater, random draw stuff, is everyone you get paired up with, you'll learn something from them, which is great. So I'll go over day 1, I'll go over day 2, and tell you how it all went down. So day 1, stuck in the river. First spot I pulled up to, I caught a smallie close to 5. On my Rapala scale, it's usually off between a quarter to half pound. It's terrible, but that's the way it is. And yeah, I came up close to 5. Great. Stuck there for maybe another 20 minutes, didn't get anything else. Went to the next spot about 300 meters down. Caught another one close to 5. Caught one close to 4. So we were off to an incredible start. I was pumped up. I was on my way to make an incredible bag. So we went to another area after that where I had a lot of deep fish. About 20 fish schooled up really tight. And I just could not get them to bite. They weren't ready. It was still early in the morning. I let them wake up a little bit. I ran down the river, went to another spot. Had deep fish there as well. They wouldn't go. My deep bite was just terrible. So I decided, let's go up shallow, right onto the bank from where we were, onto a sand flat where I seen some smallies cruising. One of my first casts with a chatterbait, I catch a 5'2" largie. So I have 3 fish close to 5, or 3 fish over 5, around 5, and a 4. So at that point, I'm ecstatic. I have a great bag going.
I catch another small largie. I look at my live well. My big 3, small 4-pounder was not doing well. So I made the decision to throw him back, thinking that I could make up for it. I could catch some bigger fish. And ran back to all these spots I had. One of the spots I got back there, pitched in, held a drop shot in their face, hooked up. He comes barreling up, he jumps, and he was a monster. Spit the hook, pa! And it was one of my biggest smallies this year. I honestly, truly think he was over 6 pounds. Absolute tank. I dropped right back down into them, hooked up again with another fish around that size, spit the hook again. It was heartbreaking. 2 back-to-back fish like that, it was absolutely heartbreaking. But hey, it happens, especially smallmouth fishing. So I ran around a little more. I missed a really big one on the chatterbait. So I started to get frustrated, started getting upset. I threw that one big fish back, and I was getting nervous. I caught a couple 2-pounders. I had a limit, had an okay limit at that point. I had about 18, close to 19 pounds, and I knew I just needed 1 kicker to have a decent bag, or 2 to have an incredible bag. So I turned to my co-angler Owen, and I said, let's go back to the 2 spots we started on. We get back to the first one. He pitched in, and he catches what came up on my scale as a 5'11". I netted his fish. I was super happy to see him catch it. It would have been great if it was part of my bag. I would have had a crazy good bag. That's all right. He got it. We go to one last spot, 10, 15 minutes before weigh-in, right by weigh-in. And we're up against the wall. I could see them on the scope. There was a bunch. They were big. And Owen hooks up again. And he pulls in another 5-pounder. Together we would have had an incredible bag. We would have had 26, 27 pounds. A really great bag if it was a team tournament, but that was not the case. So I was really happy to see him catch those 2 fish. He had 2 others in the live well, so he had a good bag going for the co-angler side. We go into weigh-in. He weighs his fish. That 5'11" on my scale was a 5'69" on a verified scale. Absolute tank. Unfortunately, I threw back that 4-pounder. I couldn't catch anything else to upgrade the 2s I had, and I had 2 dead fish. I had a terrible year for that this year. Oh well, 2 dead fish. It brought me down. I had close to 19. It brought me down to just under 18, I think. So that hurt. I knew rolling into day 2, I would need a monster bag to qualify for the team to go down to the Bass Nation National. And, we went out this morning. I made the decision to stay in the river. I was really throwing around, what do? Do I go to the lake? Do I stay in the river? And I knew I had a lot of big fish deep in the river, a lot. The most I've ever seen. So I just played the river all day. I stayed pretty close. I ran down, I ran back up, I moved around. I went to every school of fish I found during pre-fish. And they were all still there except for one. One school was gone, but every other school was there. But unfortunately, they were lockjawed today. To start off the morning, I started on the same spot that we started on Saturday. My co-angler hooks into one right away and jumps, and it was over 4, maybe even a 5. Giant comes off. I hook up into a 2.5. We mess around for a while. I put a limit in the boat pretty quick of all 2-pounders. Then we started running around. I was getting on all these schools of big fish. But no matter what I did, how I positioned the boat, how I approached them, what I threw at them, no matter what I did, I could not get them to bite. It was super tough, super frustrating. That's tournament fishing. And I knew I should have ran to the lake. I told myself I was going to do one day in the river and then one day in the lake. I should have stuck to my plan and went to the lake today, but I didn't. So I messed around. I was catching okay fish, 3-pounders, but I ended up throwing back 3 fish throughout the day. Again, I had fish not doing well. They didn't look like they were going to make it to the end of the day. And 3-pounders aren't going to win you a tournament. They weren't going to qualify me for the state team. So I said, you know what? I'd rather see them swim off healthy now than to be dead at weigh-in. So I made the decision. I ended up throwing back 3 throughout the day, hoping again that I could make up for it, and that was not the case. So at one point I had about 16, 17 pounds, and threw back a few fish, and tried really hard to get on some giants. And it just did not happen. All my fish were lockjaw no matter what I did. I could not get them to bite. I went back to one spot I had right at the end of the day, and there was 4 giants sitting on it. I just could not get them to go. I had some missed opportunities today. I decided to go shallow sight fish for a while. Not my strong point, but it was great to do it because I got to work on my shallow fishing, sight fishing, and that's what I need to do. I need to keep learning and getting better at everything. And it was good. I learned a lot about it. I had 3 giant fish bite, ripped out of their mouths, or I just didn't do something right, messed up the catch. It happens. So today, pulled it into weigh-in, and unfortunately, I had 14 something. So I knew I wouldn't make the state team. Definitely wouldn't make any money. Oh well. I had a great weekend. It was super fun. Congratulations to Owen, day 1. He won a lunker on the co-angler side with that 569, and he got 7th place, I believe. I could be wrong, but that's what I think. Curtis weighed in 9 something today, and okay bag on the co-angler side. Super fun fishing with both of them, and that was super fun. I have to send out congratulations to Dante Perano. I don't know if I'm saying his last name right, but he caught a mega bag today. You guys will probably hear about this if you are involved in the fishing community. He caught over 31 pounds. But not just 31 pounds. He caught a 9-pound smallmouth. A new New York State record. Absolutely incredible. What a freak of a fish. Congratulations to him. When I heard about that, I was at the boat ramp pulling my boat out, and everybody was going nuts. Huge thanks to my family for showing up for blast off, for weigh-in. That was a huge surprise. Love it. Absolutely love it. When they showed up for blast off day 1, I went out there and I was ready to catch them, put a mega bag on the scales for them. Today they showed up for weigh-in and I didn't have it. I didn't know they were coming both days, but great. It was incredible. I appreciate them so much. My biggest supporters. You gotta have people like that in your life when you're tournament fishing. You absolutely do. Huge thanks to Kyle Sove, for helping me out this week. I was sleeping in my truck. He helped me out with a generator so I can keep my batteries charged. Huge thanks to all my friends, all my sponsors, everyone that follows Real Classic Dream Series, everyone that follows my social media and keeps up with all of this. It was a rough season. That's it for qualifying tournaments this year, and it was a terrible season. Terrible. I lost so many big fish this year. I just had bad luck, had problems throughout the season, and it was just a really rough season. But I learned so much this season. I met some incredible people, met some of the coolest people fishing this year. I love it. I love it. Even when I have bad days, I still absolutely love it. I love this sport more than anything else. I'm going to keep working super hard on and off the water until I can figure out a way to find my spot in the fishing industry and make a living at this. I absolutely love it. So guys, thanks again for tuning in. We're going to put the season behind us. We got a couple fun tournaments left to go. We're going to make a couple of cool videos. I got a lot of cool content ideas, a lot of cool video ideas I want to put out there. We're going to put this rough season behind us and start preparing for next year. It's only September 2024, but we're going to start getting ready for the season of 2025. We're going to be switching it up. If the finances and the schedule lines up, we may be jumping up and doing some pretty big stuff. I'm not sure if I am ready for it, but to make the leap would be a dream. It would be very cool. It would be a great experience. It would be cool to get my foot into some of these bigger tournaments. Maybe do less tournaments, but bigger. I don't know yet. We're going to see what the schedules look like, see what the finances look like, and see what we can do. But we are going to make sure 2025 is an incredible season. We are going to get prepared, organized. We're going to get the head in the game, and we're going to make it happen in 2025. Thank you, everyone, for following along this season. It really does mean the world to me. Even though it was a rough season, I still made the best of it. I loved every minute of it. Can't wait to finish off the season with some fun tournaments, fishing with some of my favorite people. Until the next video, until the next season, until the next season of the Real Classic Dream Series, we're going to make it there, guys. We're going to make it there. We'll see you next year for the Real Classic Dream Series. Thanks again.